Let's set the stage here. We've got a first alert weather day in place. If you're new to the Big Bend in South Georgia, wondering, Austin, what is a first alert weather day? Well, the weather team will issue a first alert weather day to give you early notice for dangerous weather that could impact you or your family. And the type of dangerous weather we're talking about in the next 24 hours happens to be the cold air. Frigid conditions are anticipated Saturday night into Sunday morning. We're talking temperatures in the 20s. That's the actual air temperature, but winds are going to be very strong. That will make it feel closer to 5 to 15 degrees. So single digit feels like or wind chills are going to be anticipated. Of course, with this type of cold, we look for hypothermia being an issue along with frostbite under 30 minutes. I would say probably closer to 15, especially with that exposed skin. Be sure you're layered up today into tomorrow morning. Now we have a clear sky over the capital city right now. Temperatures continue to fall, have hit the high so far today at 43. That was just after midnight. Temps have been falling since, and when you factor in the wind, which, oh, by the way, now north-northwest 16 miles per hour, that's sustained. Those gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour this afternoon, making it feel like 29 degrees. So that's the wind chill. How about the Bainbridge Boat Basin? Skies look beautiful courtesy of WeatherStem, but it's 33. Northwest wind at 10 miles per hour, making it feel like 25 degrees. So most of today, you're already seeing the very cold numbers. How about feeling like 19 this morning in Dothan, Mariana 24. I'm seeing 20s and 30s for Southwest Georgia. These 20s and 30s are going to be what you can expect throughout most of today. And a lot of us waking up to teens and single digits tomorrow. So dress in layers as much as you can. The thicker coats, the scarves, the hats, the gloves, everything. Gonna feel like we live up north the next 24 hours with that very cold weather plus the wind. So you're walking the dog today, you're going for your run. Dress in layers, make sure it's short with the dogs outside because again, temps in the 30s today, but when you factor in the wind, it is going to be cold, and I think the winds are going to be at their highest likely this afternoon. That's why I have the yellow pause. Yeah, we're going to have some sunshine out there, but the cold is just going to be really getting to us because of the winds. Check this out, by 3 o'clock, we're looking at gusts between 30 and 35 miles per hour. That's inland spots. Coastal communities probably getting closer to 40 miles per hour with the winds. Yes, this is going to add a bite to the air. Also could lead to some possible power outages, which is not good news considering we need to heat ourselves. Of course, head to WCTV.tv. We've got information about all those cold shelters in case you do lose power. Now, with the wind, feels like temperatures are going to be hovering in the 20s for most of the day, as you see. And then once we get to late evening, overnight, that's when we start to talk about the really dangerous stuff, teens and single digits, as you're waking up with us tomorrow morning. Look at this, 9 at 5, 8 degrees at 8 o'clock. And this isn't just one or two locations. This is most of the Big Bend in South Georgia feeling those single digit feels like temperatures. Maybe teens for those along the coast, but most inland spots are looking at significant cold tomorrow morning. So bring in the cold sensitive plans if you haven't already. And even if you have outdoor, primarily pets, please bring those in too. If it's too cold for you, your kids outside, it's too cold for the furry friends. Don't forget about the livestock either. If you can, cover them up with the blankets. I know there's a lot of farmers in South Georgia. Be sure to layer up as you're heading outside, and use caution with space heaters. It's a great tool, but don't plug them into those extension cords or power strips because that can lead to a fire risk. Don't want that to happen, and protect the pipes too. We've been running the water for a lot of the nights, the last several nights, because of the cold sticking around. So just keep that in mind. Stick with us. It's only about a 24-hour period where we're talking about the really frigid stuff. And again, that's why we have the first alert weather day tonight into your Sunday morning. We do see improvements on Monday, although we're starting out in the teens. We're in the 50s by the afternoon on Groundhog Day. I know a lot of folks hoping for an early spring because we're tired of this cold, and I do see some improvements by the middle of the week too. Mid-60s return, and so do the small chance for a couple of showers.